Happy Saturday. So I was getting ready to volume my hair and realized that I don't think I've ever actually done that live for you guys to see exactly how easy it is. So I wanted to show you this legitimately is, and I know I talk a lot about hair on this page. And honestly, again, I've said it a million times. I think that for me, whether it's good or bad, there's a lot of my confidence that comes with how my hair is. And that's why for years I used extensions and all that stuff. But at this point, I've figured out how to get my own hair to be long and healthy enough. And with this Voloom, I don't have any issues with lack of confidence coming from this junk anymore. So I wanted to show you guys real quick exactly how easy it is to use and the difference that it makes in my hair real time. So again, this is just, the beep makes my dogs go nuts. So when I turn it on, I actually, and you can see I've beat the heck out of this thing. My plate's gone to it, the whole deal. But I set mine for $3.95 and it will heat up to $3.95 in about 30 seconds. So it's extremely fast and it is, to me, the biggest change that you can get in your hair without doing much else. So the big thing I do is I'm going to separate it a couple times. If you get the set, it comes with these claw clips, and I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of these things. I prefer just my old school kind of claw clamps. I'm gonna separate this. I'm gonna take my fingers and go directly underneath where my ears are and just essentially leave out what would be at the very base nape of my neck. And each time I separate it, I'm just quickly up like that. Has a little lock release, so I'm just gonna unlock it, and you can see it's like a waffle iron kind of thing in there. And all I'm gonna do is quickly at the root, I clamp, hold for a second, pull it down just a hair, clamp again, and that's it. So I'm gonna go through just section by section, so a little bit above where I was last time, quickly flip it up, clamp, clamp, and then I'm going to show you guys, once you get to the top, how easy it is to make it so that you can't really see. So at this point, I'm gonna hit like right above my ears. Your parts don't have to be perfect. Where you place the crimp doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing is that you don't want to go any further than kind of the two widths of the device itself. So hold at the root and then one, go like halfway down to the width. And that's it. So as you're going through, just keep separating. You don't have to worry much about anything back here showing because the rest of your hair is going to cover it. And of course, if you have shorter hair, you're going to have to kind of take a different strategy. But for me, with all length one hair or all one length hair, I don't have to worry about much as I go through this part because it's all going to be hidden. The other nice thing about this is if you've been part of my page for a minute, you know that like my goal is to, if one day I can get to not wash my hair for once a month, that's my jam. For whatever reason, I think it's such a ridiculous waste of time. I hate washing and drying my hair. And when you Voloom it, so I Voloom always on the first day after I washed, and I go now probably 5 on average, sometimes 7 if I'm super lazy, days between washing my hair. And the way that this Voloom works is as long as I don't get it wet, all I have to do to reactivate all of the volume that it gives me is simply to brush it. So I actually got this brush, to me is amazing because it really does kind of get in there and kind of get everything to rise up again. But adding that texture with this, it stays for at least a week, or for me, from wash to wash. So, all right, so we're getting closer to the top. Just take me one more second. While I'm going through this, I have to tell you guys, every night I lay in bed right before I fall asleep, and that's when my brain's working the hardest. And I don't know if I'm the only one that's like that, but oh, thank you, Brittany. Brittany, I need to know where that jumpsuit you got that from, because not only did you look amazing in it, I instantly was imagining all of the places that I need to wear that exact same jumpsuit. So please answer my message and tell me where that jumper came from. But as I lay in bed at night, that's why this is even funny and I can't believe I remembered. as I lay in bed at night, I think of all these stories that I want to tell you guys, right? And I think to myself, I just need to write it down because I'm 45 and I'm forgetful. And then I convince myself that I don't need to wake myself up further by getting up and finding a way to write this thought down, which I do have notes in my phone that are kind of funny because I don't remember writing them. And so they don't make much sense to me. But every night I lay there and I convince myself that I will remember that story tomorrow. Now I'm getting closer to the crown. So I don't want to go much further than this layer here because I'm going to have to start to worry about what is going to be exposed when I flip my hair over. But anyway, my point in talking about these stories that I mean to write down and tell you, but I'm sure I don't need to because I will remember, is that I always forget. And they're always the best stories and the best ideas, and I want to share them. And so what I'm asking is, am I the only one? It's not funny. Like, memory issues aren't funny. And to be honest, I have a couple reasons to have, Bronson, chill. I have a couple reasons to have memory issues. But it's becoming something that is more noticeable to me. So I guess I need some ginkgo biloba. All right, what I'm going to do here at the top. Again, this is going to have a lot to do with your hairstyle. But if, like me, you have no hairstyle, because that's the damn truth, then this is the method that'll work best for you. So I just have all one length hair, which I am planning to get layers in the near future. And I know that when I flip my hair from one side to the other, I'm going to be going by a different part. So before I even do that, this is how much volume it gave me just from running it through the back and stuff already. So I wouldn't even really have to do the top, but I always say I should have been born in Texas. I have so many Texan friends that know how true that is because big hair is my thing. So I'm going to pick this back up. So essentially my crown section, and I'm going to make sure that you can't see any of that crimping here. And if you do, the honest answer is just hit it with a hairdryer. So if you separate it out, just blow it with some hot heat from a hairdryer and it'll flatten it back out. But how I do this part is to hold it up like a ponytail, and then I'm just going to, with my thumb, make little parts, and quickly, when I do the top, I pull it up because that actually adds to some of the height. I'm just going to quickly go through and make parts that are horizontal and hit it clamp, clamp with each part. I'm sure this is an excellent view of my double chin. And the only part I'm being careful about here is that the closer I get to my bangs, I'm going to leave enough coverage so that when I flip my hair back, you're not going to see that crimp. So I still have room for about one more. You don't have to leave a ton. Straight up, clamp, clamp. And then I'm going to rustle it up. And the amount of stinking volume that I will have for a week from that, I mean, I don't know how long I've been doing this, but this is what I'm talking about. Like I keep saying about getting layers that I think that, you know, this all one weight is a little too much for my face. But even with the volume on the top, I think it helps to almost create this second layer or length of hair that I'm in love with. So that's it. That's all I really wanted to show you guys was the magic of the Voloom. And I swear, I won't be without it. This one is starting to look pretty sad. And there is a dupe that's a little bit cheaper than this. I do have it, but you can only get it in Canada, unfortunately. But it's golden. That's it. I wanted to show you guys. You love it, Brittany. Brittany has the biggest head of hair I've ever seen in my life. Like one of those, I always said my boy's hair grows like, I don't even know if this makes sense to anybody, but tennis ball fuzz, where it's just like that. Brittany's hair grows like that. So there are lucky people that have a natural amount of volume, and I am not one of those people. So, all right. Have a great Saturday. Hopefully I'll come back tomorrow. I do have a very special story I wanted to talk about, but I can't talk about it while I'm doing makeup because I'm a big crybaby, and it's one for sure that I probably won't get through without some very appreciative tears. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. Have a great Saturday, and I will talk to you guys soon.